Hello, everyone. This is episode 40, and this is a special solo episode with just moi. I had this crazy idea, and I actually had 15 minutes, so I thought I'm going to record an episode of just me sharing how I got out of a funk in literally probably 15 minutes. And just the exercises that I did to tap back into an attitude of abundance and gratitude. I literally woke up this morning and broke a few rules, got on social media and my email, and then started talking about finances with my husband and the future of both of our businesses. That was like a recipe for immediate anxiety and just the feeling like that I wasn't doing enough, or, that I wasn't going to get what I want in life immediately. I don't know if your brains work that way. They probably don't, but in my brain as a 3 on the Enneagram, I want to achieve everything that I want like yesterday. So I often have to come back to the present moment to find gratitude, to then tap back into the mindset that God has things for me. And just because I don't see them today doesn't mean that they are not going to happen. And maybe because of, a few extra bills or unforeseen costs or projects that take more time than I want them to, that doesn't necessarily mean that I'm not going to get what I want in life. So immediately I was triggered by all of those thoughts of scarcity and fear and created some anxiety in me. And I thought, okay, I need to tap back into gratitude, into a spirit that makes me really appreciate what I have. And that's what gratitude is. I started a group on Facebook called Grow with Gratitude. You all are welcome to join if you would like. It's a closed group, but as soon as you ask to be in it, I will allow you in. And there are some pre-recorded videos on there of different areas in your life where you can grow in gratitude. Finances and your career is one of them. Body image is one of them. Relationships is one of them. Money. I recorded those a couple weeks ago and also sent out some exercises as well with those. And I really got so much out of it because when I was actually doing it, I was practicing gratitude daily. And then as life happens, sometimes you fall out of those practices. But the good thing is that you can go right back to it, that it's there. So I wanted to explain how in 15 minutes I got out of my funk, basically. I started to journal. So I opened up my journal. I also did a devotional. So if you guys have a devotional or you have anything uplifting to read, maybe it's a certain website that you really like. Maybe it's just a book that you're reading that inspires you, that gets you out of your own brain. I highly suggest just starting the day off with something like that. And I know that if you're a mom, this sounds like impossible, but there are snippets of time. Maybe when your kids are watching TV, maybe when they're eating breakfast. I find that that's the time when I can sip my coffee and do a devotional and write out my thoughts, even though it's chaotic around, even though the kids are talking. If I can just do it, even though it's not perfect, I will feel better after. So I wrote out, I think I put a Bible verse in there that gave me a little bit of hope. And then I just started journaling. I just started writing out like honest feelings I write sometimes to the divine, to God. I write out that I'm speaking to something higher than myself. And so I wrote out exactly how I felt, exactly what I wanted, and why I felt the way that I felt. And I got real. This is your journal is a place where you do not need to have punctuations be correct. And you can drop an F-bomb if you want to. I come from a Christian background, and that was something that was not allowed. And I think there is a place for that in your journal where you need to vent. And so I give you full permission to drop an F-bomb if you need to. So I wrote out my thoughts. I then, kind of got more centered around the fact, the truths that I know about who the divine is and about life and scarcity and just how when I am in that place of like gratitude and that the world is open to me, more things come to me. So immediately I started to feel more lighthearted, more open-minded and optimistic. So that was steps 1 and 2. Second was I put on a song. I was literally like making lunches this morning, school lunches, and I thought, oh, I remember this song. It's called ABBA by, I think it's David Helsner, and it's on his podcast. Let me find it real quick for you guys. If not, if I can't find it right now, I will link it. Oh, Jonathan David and Melissa Helzer. They have a podcast, and that's literally the name of it. And you can scroll way back to the very beginning, and it is a song called ABBA. And it just centers me. And it was a song I listened to. A friend sent it to me during my pregnancy when I was super anxious because, as you know, if you have anxiety, pregnancy is a very good inducer to anxiety because you have no control over your body or the human life that you're creating other than eating right and, making good choices. So that song always centered me on truth and just gave me so much comfort. It literally felt like God's arms wrapped around me. And so I thought, okay, I'm going to go back to that song. I'm going to put it on. I blasted it in the kitchen as I was making those school lunches, and then my daughter, 14-month-old daughter, Ruby, comes crawling up to me and, wants my attention. I just lift her up and I just swing her around and we just start singing it together. And obviously she's not singing it, but the look on her face was just priceless. And I look at her and I'm thinking, this is how God looks at me, he sees, and that's who I want to be. I want to be that little girl that smiles and sees just delight in the moment and delight in who God made me to be, because that's how I look at my daughter. And so I was just singing this song to her and enjoying the present moment, and it just got me back to where I needed to be. It was so good. And so then I had a little bit more time. I actually chose to do this exercise other than working out. I thought, okay, I could work out. And then I was like, I want to just keep going with this good energy I'm creating. And I did this energy clearing exercise that my mentor, Krista Black-Gifford, showed to me in her whole women's group. And I guess you could just Google energy exercise or meridian tapping points, because that's basically what it is just tapping on the meridian tapping points. It's like Chinese medicine, and there's points in your body that carry and hold energy. And so this exercise is literally getting rid of negative energy in your body. If that's confusing to you, you can simply turn that song on, or a song that's meaningful to you, or sometimes this works better if you do it with music that doesn't have words to it, but it's called nonlinear movement, and you literally just let your body move. You just get on all fours if you want, just move your hips, just move out that energy and let your body move. And so those are 2 ways that I center myself and get rid of negative energy and snap back into a positive mindset. And so I did my energy clearing exercise today while listening to that song that I previously talked about, ABBA. And it was just so good, you guys. And so I thought, I need to share this. I need to somehow talk about how in a matter of minutes, you can literally center yourself back on truth and back into a positive mindset and be real with yourself as well. I didn't, I validated my emotions and feelings, and that life is really stressful right now. And I did that through journaling. And so I never want you guys to feel like you can't validate how you feel. You can. I read something, or I think it was a sermon I listened to last week, about how sometimes we don't allow ourselves to not be okay because we think, oh, I have a house over, I have a roof over my head. I shouldn't be sad that I lost the bid on this other house, or I shouldn't be sad I didn't get the promotion at work because I have a job. that's invalidating your own emotions. So wherever you're at today, whatever you're struggling with, whether it's to find a job, whether it's infertility, whether it's something because you want more, allow yourself to feel it and process it and write about it and know that it is okay to not be okay. It's okay to be okay. And you know what? I mean, throughout the day, I go a roller coaster of emotions happens to me sometimes. I go from being okay to not being okay. But I have this way of centering myself and coming back to truth. And I wanted to share that with you guys. So I hope that that encourages you today. If it does, reach out to me. Let me know how I can be more encouraging to you, or just offer a word. I'm on at Chrissy J Powers on Instagram. That's where I hang out most of the day. And yeah, I hope that you feel so much gratitude and appreciation for your life and for who you are. All right. Bye.